I apologize for the delay. I had to leave my office to come to another location, and I had to use Wi-Fi, which is not on at this location. So we're good to go, I think.
All right, sir. I want to thank each of you for joining today. I have a letter that I'm going to try to get through. So please bear with me as I share this letter this morning. To Dr. Williams, the members of the Board of Trustees, and others who have joined us this morning. Upon my arrival in 2009, Alabama A&M University was facing a number of critical issues germane to her survival. These issues were aptly noted in an institutional review conducted by the James L. Fisher Group. Among them were the following: probationary status by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges and numerous complaints, an inability of the university to manage its own finances effectively, overstaffing in both faculty and staff ranks, degree programs that were too numerous in count and some of them outdated, a miserably deficient record in external funding, fundraising, and development activities, instability in key leadership positions, a leadership team lacking the background and skills necessary to position the university for the future, backlog of deferred maintenance, health and safety issues, dated policy manuals, and the absence of a well-constructed strategic plan, organizational structure not very well functionally defined. Now, almost 12 years later, the university finds herself well positioned for continued growth and expansion. The university's finances are strong, as evidenced by the university qualifying for a $96 million funding package from the U.S. Department of Education HBCU Capital Access Program, the largest in the program's history. This loan was followed by a second loan in the amount of $70 million. The balance sheet of the university has improved significantly, with net assets increasing from $2.4 million in FY 2010 to $35.9 million in FY 2019. The strong financial standing has enabled the university to expend over $54 million addressing the backlog of deferred maintenance, with major renovations to Council Hall, Ralph Lee, Carter Hall, McCaleb Hall, Frank Lewis Gymnasium, Carver Complex, Lewis Cruz Stadium, Thigpen Hall, Stevens Hall, Normal Hills Complex, McCormick, Buchanan, and Morrison, in addition to paving, HVAC systems, and emergency systems. The university has also constructed a $40 million student residence hall, with construction of a $60 million event center underway and a $5 million welcome center awaiting construction. The academic programs of the university, delivered by a world-class faculty, prepare students for careers in many emerging fields. Under-enrolled programs have been culled from the academic inventory, and 9 new degree programs have been initiated. These programs include animal biohealth technology, communication specialists, construction management, entrepreneurship, general music, kinesiology, plant biotechnology, sports management, and systems material engineering. Also, concentrations or minors have been approved in biomedical engineering, nuclear engineering, plant biotechnology, and cybersecurity. Many of these programs have received national rankings, have maintained their subject matter accreditation, and most recently, after more than 2 decades of effort, the programs in business have received the coveted AACSB accreditation. The university is also in good standing with the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. The offerings of these cutting-edge programs, in part, led to enrollment increases of 25.5% since 2012, with record freshman class enrollments of 1,483 in 2015 and 1,690 in fall 2019. The effectiveness and efficiency of the university have been improved through reorganization and restructuring. The total personnel count for the university has been aligned with the size, scope, and mission of the institution. Currently, there are approximately 1,000 full and part-time employees, down from 1,300 in 2009. The academic schools were reorganized from 5 schools into 4 colleges, and the academic departments have been reduced from 28 to 18. The organizational structure was streamlined by reducing the number of administrative positions and organizing the university into 2 major divisions: academic affairs under the provost for academic affairs and vice president for research, and the non-academic division under the senior vice president for finance and administration. These efficiencies enable the university to invest in human capital. The conversion of the university's health plan to the state PHEP plan resulted in median percentage savings ranging from 6.4% to 18%, depending upon the plan selected by the employee. Further, the first phase of the compensation plan resulted in an overall increase of 10% for employees. Also enhancing operational effectiveness with the conversion of the university from the legacy computer administrative system to the Banner administrative computer system. Investment of $6 million over 5 years in expansion of the university's bandwidth from 1 gigabyte to 310 gigabytes, and the installation of high bandwidth wireless connectivity in every academic building and residence hall. These technology upgrades enable the university to function effectively remotely during this pandemic. As with other university functions, there have been significant improvements and increases in external funding. The university completed its first ever capital campaign, raising over $27 million, surpassing the initial goal of $16.25 million by 66.2%. Private funding and support were spurred by the establishment of the signature fundraising recognition program, the Normal Legacy Society. This society, recognizing individuals and couples who have contributed $100,000, foundations and organizations contributing $500,000, and companies contributing $1 million. Currently, there are 13 individuals and couples and 3 companies who have contributed over $4 million to the university. The endowment of the university, the Trust for Educational Excellence, has increased from $32.5 million in 2009 to over $50 million in 2019. Other significant endowment activities include the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Endowment, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Endowment Scholarship, and the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Endowment Scholarship. During the period, the alumni giving percentage rate increased from 7.7% in 2016 to over 19% in 2020. The university, and I in particular, have been fortunate to have an engaged, dedicated, committed, visionary First Lady. Through her efforts in the volunteer group of the Bulldog Pride Committee, a series of initiatives that include campus cleanup and beautification, enhanced customer service, promotion of character development, and encouraging the wearing of AAMU paraphernalia as a display of pride have been implemented. Significant projects initiated through the Bulldog Pride Committee included the development of Legacy Lake in honor of all First Ladies, Be the Match campaign, Dancing with the President and First Lady, and development of the Quad as a focus for student activities. Additionally, the First Ladies Endowed Scholarship Program and the Normalite Walkway Paver Scholarship programs were established. Providing focus and direction to the growth of the university has been the strategic plan into the future and the university's facilities master plan. Responsible for the implementation and execution of these plans has been a capable, competent, and dedicated leadership team, assisted by ably committed staff. The team has exhibited stability during the period, with tenures in their respective positions ranging from 11 years to 2 years. But above all, the university has been fortunate to have an exemplary governance team. You, as members of the Board of Trustees, have fulfilled your policy role in an outstanding manner. You have provided vision, judicious leadership, and decisions, though difficult at times, focused on this university. As may be gleaned from the university's strong financial standing, stellar academic programs, efficacy in operations and management, and facilities upgrades and construction, the university now is positioned for unparalleled accomplishments in every facet of her operation and mission. Propelling the university to the next level, though, cannot be accomplished in the short term, that is, within the next 2 to 3 years. It will require a longer commitment. However, the time for the transition in leadership to provide the foundation for that future is now. You may ask the question, why now? First, the university will be celebrating her 150th anniversary in 2025. This will be a major observance and celebration that must be accompanied by a major capital campaign. Second, the university's 10-year SACS reaffirmation accreditation process is scheduled for 2024. Third, Alabama A&M University, as is true with all institutions, is undergoing tremendous transformation due to the pandemic. The institution will be required to make significant adaptations in all aspects of her operations and models. It will never be, even though we hope to return to the normal, it will never be the same. There must be different operational models, different instructional models that must be implemented while we remain competitive and addressing issues such as increased retention and graduation rates. Fourth, a board of trustees that has a shared vision and has demonstrated that they're willing to work together for the good of the university currently exist. Lastly, there are no board of trustees seats to be filled during this upcoming legislative session, thus allowing you, the Board of Trustees, to strategically focus on the most important and significant function, that is the selection of a president. For these and other reasons, after careful consideration, and with mixed emotions, I have decided to retire from the position of president
It's all right, Doc. Take your time. Take your time, brother.
Dr. Gainey, as we think about the
I,
battles that, go ahead, sir.
I think I can let me finish, please, sir. I've decided to retire from the position of president of Alabama AAMU University effective December 31st, 2021. The December 2021 date will allow the board adequate time to select the next president, have that person in place, and avoid the need for multiple transitions from appointing and because of appointing an interim president. Further, I will be exercising provisions of my contract for sabbatical beginning January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. On a personal note, we have 2 grandchildren with another on the way. First Lady and I, Abigail, and I would love to become full-time grandparents while we are still in reasonably good health. We wish to thank God for all of his blessings and favor upon us in Alabama and University during our tenure. I want to thank you, the Board of Trustees, for the opportunity to serve, your confidence in me, and for the support throughout my presidency. Thanks and appreciation are further extended to my cabinet, who have demonstrated their unquestionable dedication to making Alabama and the University a better place. Thank you to our faculty, staff, alumni, students, and all supporters of the university for your diligent effort in furthering Alabama A&M. The acrostic team sums it up best. Together, everyone achieves more. Together, we, the team, have made Alabama and the university a better place. Again, thank you. We will continue to work entirely during the remainder of our time here. God bless each of you. God bless Alabama A&M University.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we appreciate the services you provided us over these years. And since my presence on the board, Dr. Gainey, you've delivered on the commitments and goals of student retention, graduation rate, quality of experiences of students, faculty, and staff, as well as facilities that aspire and empower our students. Our enrollment has steadily increased and our profile has been significantly enhanced to the point that we are now the college or university of choice for members of the community we historically served. Certainly, your tenure at A&M will be recognized and applauded as one of the most dynamic and historic presidencies at the university. You took the helm of the university that was mired in strife, negativity, and controversy. Enrollment was declining and there was significant financial hardships and headwind. I am fortunate to have been a part of this transformational process. where the steady course that you've shown, the right sizing of faculty, eliminating obsolete programs and courses, and you created a master plan, a blueprint for a 21st century university. And I appreciate you also for supporting the Reimagine campaign that will serve to enhance the blueprint master plan that was created by you and endorsed by the Board of Trustees. Shortly after you arrived, shortly after I became President Pro Tem, I realized that if we lost your leadership, we might lose many of the gains that have been accomplished. So during your bus tour for recruitment in Birmingham, I asked Trustee Watts and Trustee Hackett to join me, along with Vice President Gibson, to have a discussion with you about extending your contract. I asked you to bring First Lady Gainey along with you. At the time, I assume, since there had been a couple of attempts to get rid of you over the years, whether you felt this might be another one of those attempts or what. Obviously, you did not know what to expect when we sat down to discuss with you the possibility of extending your contract. You told us at that time that you had made plans to get on with your life and to spend time with your family, but you would discuss this request with your family. You came back a few days later and said that you would accept an extension to 2023. As you might remember, I pushed for the extension date to extend to 2025 because I realized the value of your leadership. We're grateful for this additional time. This extension was done by me at that time, or suggested by me at that time, with the understanding that it might not go until the time that we agreed on. I don't know, 14, 15, 16 years as president of a university is a stressful and tiring ordeal, and there's a need for recharging. So after a break, Dr. Gainey might be urged to resume leadership at another university, but I want those universities to be reminded that he is a $1 million president, and the Hiring Institute must pay us $1 million to hire him. When I realized that the request was for $1 million for his hire, I realized I made a mistake. The clause in his contract should have been $10 million, a number that still would be inadequate. Once again, many thanks to the $1 million president. We appreciate your leadership and know that you will enjoy the family and the fruits of the labors that you have given over the years. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we regretfully acknowledge your desire to retire. Members of the board, you may express yourselves as well.
Well, I would like to, before they begin, on behalf of the faculty of Alabama A&M University, I just want to say that Dr. Gainey has been the very best president that we've had in recent years. He is, as a former faculty senate president himself, he understood in the relationship that's needed between the faculty and the president in terms of the programs, in terms of just promotion of the university. So I just want to say, we hate to see this happen, but you're going to always be in our hearts because we were able to bring anything to you and you responded Whether we liked it all or not, you responded to us in a positive manner. We really appreciated that. We appreciated all that you've done, and you always be with us.
Dr. Gainey, I just want to jump in and say, when I got your call, I didn't know what to expect. I thought we were going to go to lunch or dinner or do something, but my heart dropped when I heard the December. I'm like this December or, but we've been together since this board, since you touched down and we formed this board the first part of 2010. And we've been at the lowest, and now we're at the highest. And I commend you walking out a champion among college presidents across the nation. And you are $1 million man. You are a friend, frat brother, mentor, and you correct me when I'm wrong, and we laugh about it. But I appreciate everything that you've done. Although I did not graduate from A&M, my family has. Everything you've done to steer A&M to the highest of the highest, and to be one of the most chosen college and universities around the world. So I support you and look forward to going to lunch with you at Piccadilly's maybe at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Trustee, and this is Dr. Gainey. This is Trustee Gainey. As a alum who has had 3 presidents during my matriculation as a student, which is way too many, I appreciate what you have established at our beloved Alabama A&M Agricultural and Mechanical University is stability, unconditional support, and unwavering love that you have for your students, your faculty, and your staff. So I am saddened to hear the news as we spoke on yesterday, but I do know that as you move forward to spend more time with your family, we know that we still have you as a valued resource to our beloved alma mater. Thank you again for your time and your service. Greatly appreciated throughout my entire family, and we will still rely on you as time goes on. Thank you for your service and your time, Dr. Gainey, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you.
Thank you.
Dr. Gainey, this is Trustee Harper. Just want to say, echo those comments. It has been just an honor to get to know you and serve alongside you on the Board of Trustees. Want to thank you for your servant leadership, the example that you've set, and your unwavering commitment to the university. You are a class act, and we wish you all the best. You will be dearly missed.
Dr. Gainey, this is Trustee Pickett. I echo everything that everyone has said, and I can't even put my video on right now because I was getting choked up. Even though I already knew this was coming today, it still chokes me up just thinking about it. But I just want to thank you for everything that you've done for this institution. And as an alum, it's just, I appreciate that. I appreciate everything that you've done and how much I've learned just being on the trustee side of everything. You are an awesome president, and I know you're going to be an even more awesome grandfather to full-time grandfather to your grandchildren. And I wish you so much success, so much luck, and blessings from the Pickett family and the LZ family. All of my family members graduated from A&M. So we really appreciate all that you've done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Gainey and other trustees, this is Trustee Hackett. It is indeed an honor to be affiliated with a outstanding young man, Dr. Andrew Gainey. The very first time I set eyes on Dr. Gainey was the day that they were interviewed. He was interviewed along with the others. And I told a friend of mine on that day, that he, Dr. Gainey, would be our president. I never will forget it as long as I live. After the board had gone into executive session and come back down, and they wanted to know, where is Dr. Gainey? They didn't ask about anyone else. They wanted to know where was Dr. Gainey. And I told my friend sitting next to me, I said, that's the next president. this university finna change, and we're going forward now. Forward where we, like the founder, William Hoover Council, wanted it to be. It has been an honor to me to be working with you as the National Alumni President and now as a trustee. Just keep up the work that you're doing with your family. Yes, we do not want you to leave us right now, at any time. But we most of all want to say thank you. Thank you, first of all, for you and your wife dedicating your total life with us. We want to say thank you. And I could go on, but I will not. You're my friend, my president, and my big brother. Thank you, Doc, for your service.
Dr. Gainey, this is Trustee Watts. I want to thank you for everything that you've done and for your service to this university, but I want to thank you more for your friendship and your heart. Godspeed.
Dr. Gainey, this is Trustee Kevin Ball. I'm very proud of where our university, and when I'm going to say my university, a university that totally looks different than when I walked those hills to what we all see today. And we all know who was the visionary to help us get to where we are right now. So we want you to smell these flowers, because all of us mean sincerely everything that we have said to you, and we hope that you will internalize these things to be true. You have been an example. Before coming on the board, I had opportunity to research you and did not seem to understand the impact that you've had on your journey that brought you to us here in Huntsville, Alabama. So to that, I say to you, as you transition into full-time grandfatherhood, I'm going to be the first trustee to offer the opportunity. Come to Mobile, bring them grandkids to the bay so you can go and do that fishing. So the first invitation stands. So congratulations, and we wish you well, Dr. Gainey.
Trustee Jokes here, and I'd like to speak from the student perspective. Dr. Gainey, you have given us more than we could ask for, and the student body is always going to be appreciative of what you've done for us. Although you have a select few like myself who have a personal attachment and are very upset about you leaving. And I'm pretty sure everybody over here seeing me smiling the whole time. I'm upset, but I'm also happy for you. And just to see you show emotion on this meeting, it touched my heart. As I shared with you yesterday, I'm not ready for the transition. And since I've known you at the age of 17, it was just a touching moment to meet you on a bus tour. It was like I told my mom, I said, "Oh yeah, I met the university president." I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna work for him one of these days." I said, "Oh, we gonna be partners." And for you to call me yesterday when I was sitting there, she was like, "That's the president of your school?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I told you it wasn't gonna happen." And then afterwards, you told me you were leaving, and she watched my face drop. And just telling her the stories that I had to share and the impact that you've had on my professionalism it's empowering for myself as a young Black man to see another young Black man empower and to take things from him, to grow and to give on to my little brothers and even my little cousins. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch you leave. And I never thought that within my 4 years of being at Alabama A&M that I would lose two great people in the same semester. And I'm excited for the both of you, and to you and your family. They taking a great thing from me, but getting their great thing back. And I'm willing to not be selfish and give you back to your family. Thank you again for everything you've done for us on the Hill.
Dr. Gainey, I guess I better jump in here. This is Trustee Tiffany Johnson Cole. I just want to say you probably don't remember our initial interactions, but I used to come to A&M games to see my bonus son play, and you would come down through the stadium, and every now and then you would reach out and seek to shake my daughter's hand, and Jersey would scream her head off, and you would just smile. And I'll just say that those initial interactions, having come full circle to serve on this board under your tenure, have truly proven to show exactly who you are and the connectivity that you have, not only amongst the powers that be, but amongst the students and the faculty and the fans and the everyday people who make A&M special. And so I just want to wish you well. God bless you and your family. I'm sure grandparent duty will be awesome. Don't spoil those kids too much. Treat them. Remember, you were a parent one time, but enjoy that time. And it's been an honor. Thank you.
President Gainey, Trustee Williams, I've got a lot to say, so I'm glad I'm close to last. I will tell you, as a leader, being in this city for 13 years, watching what happens in Alabama and understanding our institution, I'm gonna tell you, and I mean this sincerely, that's why I kept my camera off, because I think I got in tears. I think you are one of the iconic African-American men that exist today, based on what you have done, what you have had to navigate. I've watched your character in settings that most have not seen business-wise, in parts of the city, obstacles, things that would have came up against most men. Your character exemplified just unprecedented. But the biggest issue is, as an African-American leader that's going out, we very few times have men like you that can walk out with pride, held the institution upward, have the background of the trustees set up for the future. It's definitely an iconic transition. You should receive it that way. You truly are an African-American leader that exists in the 21st century that's going to leave an example of what should be done. And I will tell you, I'm proud that I got to be on the board so that I could actually say these words to you from a community. And you're leaving this city in a position where it can now look up to an African-American HBCU institution upward from what it started 100 years ago. So love you, man. I appreciate what you've done and the example that you and your wife has led. And you've done every single thing that I've seen an African-American leader done, and I've never seen one pull it off. And you did an awesome job. Thank you.
President Moore, Jones Moore, if you would like to make a comment, you have permission to do so.
Thank you. So, President Gainey, oh God, thank you for calling me yesterday. Otherwise, I would have been knocked off my feet. But on behalf of the Alumni Association, I just want to thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your leadership, your service, and your vision for Alabama A&M University. We still have a year to build up on this empire that's going to take place at Alabama A&M University, and I appreciate you being a part of it. On a personal note, I'd like to say thank you for loving my baby Bulldog cheerleaders. They truly enjoyed you coming down and taking the pictures with you. But I'd like to say, I pray God's guidance on you on your next season of life. So we'll be looking forward to working with you the next year. But don't forget, every Father's Day, you know what we talked about. So thank you.
Are there any other comments directed to the president? We have a matter as Ed committee that we need to address. It relates to acknowledging having been informed by the president of his decisions for the record. So if we may, I'd entertain a motion to receive the president's request for resignation, if that's in order. Counselor, is that the way to proceed?
Mr. President Pro Tem, there has been a duly, properly noticed meeting of the executive committee. The executive committee members present are Trustee Williams, Trustee Watts, Trustee Robinson, Trustee Ball, and Trustee Harper. The notice indicates that the information will be provided. Certainly other members of the Board of Trustees have always been welcome at and comments appropriately made by them at this meeting. And I think the action which may be taken as a result of the receipt of that information would be appropriate under these circumstances.
Thank you, Counselor.
Motion to accept.
Trustee Harper, second.
It's been moved and second that we accept the report from the president of his pending resignation. Is there any discussion?
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Retirement.
Retirement. What I said, resignation. Thank you for the corrections. I apologize. Retirement. Please let the record state that correctly.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
The motion, as I understand it, is that the announcement of retirement be accepted on the terms in which it was presented, which is that it will become effective initially from active service as president at the end of 2021, but begin a one-year sabbatical beginning at that time and to continue to the end of 2012. I'm sorry, 2012. 2022. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Trustee Robinson, as the originator of that motion, is that your understanding as well?
That is correct.
If there's no further discussion, can we have a vote, please? All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. The motion carries. Mr. President, do you have any further comments? Is there anything else should come before this meeting at this time?
I again want to take the time, now that I'm a bit more composed, to really thank the members of this Board of Trustees. I have said repeatedly that I am fortunate to have the very best board that exists. You are a wonderful group of individuals that really love Alabama A&M University, and you're committed to it. I certainly want to thank our students for the confidence that they have and continue to have in this university, and for being, as I've always said, the very best that exists anywhere in this nation. We have a faculty that I would put up against any faculty anywhere in this nation. Alumni that support and love Alabama University, and a staff that's dedicated. I want to thank my wife. I want to note her support that she continues to provide. And I often mention that she is the hardest working non-paid employee of Alabama A&M University. But I've left a group until last. And that group is the group that works together to be sure that this university functions. That is my cabinet. They have been there every step of the way. There's nothing that has been asked of them that they have not done. So I want you to know, members of the cabinet, that you are appreciated. I love each of you. And I know that this university is better because you have come this way. No person could ever find a more dedicated group of individuals to work as a team than the cabinet that I have at Alabama A&M University. So thank you so very much. for all that you have done and will continue to do. And we're going to work for the next 12 months. We've got a list of things that we still need to get done before we turn the reins over, but we want to be sure that we do it in such a way that there's a transition that works for this university. As you can see from the emotional piece, this is not a job for Andrew Gainey. This is a labor of love. I love this university. I love the people associated with this university. So thank you for the opportunity of serving.
Thank you, Mr. President. Are there any further comments?
Oh, by the way, Dr. Swoop will send you a copy of the letter that I read. She will email a copy to each of you as well. So you'll have it for your records.
Thank you. Is there any further business that should come before this executive committee at this time? If not, do we need a motion to adjourn, Councilor, or do we stand adjourned?
I think you should have a motion to adjourn. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we get a
Trustee
motion?
Harper, motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we join this meeting. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you coming on, especially on this short notice. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.